Shalom. Today we're going to be looking at the current state of our school bus build. You're going to see in this video, hopefully, me take the bus from a stock bus all the way up until it's ready for a roof raise. We are currently ready for the roof raise. We're going to be doing that today, and I'll give you a little tour and a walkthrough of what we did, how we're going to do it, some of the tools we're using. This isn't going to be like a complete how to roof raise school bus video. We just watched a lot of videos, did a lot of research, and then modified some things, changed some things that we could see could have been done better, and just improved on some other methods that we've seen. So in this video you'll see, hopefully, I said that because we've time-lapsed everything up to this point, but in transferring our files it looks like they might have gotten lost, so we're trying to recover those right now. So if it's the will of the Father that we're able to get that footage back, that'd be a huge blessing, because then we can show all of the work that was put into the bus from a school bus until now. So if that happens, it'll be a blessing, but otherwise I'll just show you around today what it looks like now, from going from a school bus up until this point where it is now ready to be roof raised. Alrighty, so it is a little bit messy, but it's a work zone. So the first thing that we did was pulled all of the seats out. Took all of the bus seats out. And the next thing that I did is started the demo process on the inside. I took everything with screws off, everything that was easy to remove, the lights, the speakers, some security cameras, other trim pieces, all of the stuff for the heaters that used to be on the floor. Got all of that removed, and then I went ahead and started to remove the metal on the sides, below the windows and on the ceiling. Once I got that metal out, I worked on the end, on the front and the back end, above the door and above the windshield, this rounded arched end cap of metal. Got that off. And down here I got the metal below the window off. And then I went around and just tidied anything that needed to be tidied up. Got all the insulation from behind the metal that I took off in here. Got all of that out. And once I did all that, I went to the outside and I took this top rub rail off. The rub rail looks like the one right below it that goes full length. I took this top one off because the metal is going to lap behind that rub rail. So I drilled all of these rivets out rather than, you see the rivet here, rather than trying to grind this off and risk putting a grind mark or cutting into my nice rub rail that I'm going to be reusing. I just took the time, center punched these rivets and drilled them out. As you can see, I've still got to drill them the rest of the way and pull them all through. But we've got it's been really rainy here, so we have a very short window to get this roof raise done on a couple of 2-day Sundays, so sunny days. So I got the rub rail taken off, and then after that I drilled all of, there's these couple of rivets on these caps in between the windows here. I drilled those off. Got the caps removed. There was a little strip of insulation, got that out. And all this time the windows are in, so it's not yet a complete open structure. So I kept it waterproof as long as I possibly could because, like I said, it's been very rainy here. So we got all the exterior stuff taken apart. I did drill those 2 rivets, drilled those out in between each window because we're going to tuck our sheets up and underneath. So those had to come off as well. And then went on to taking the windows out. So we removed all the school bus windows, removed the driver's window. We're going to be replacing our windows after we put sheet metal over. We're going to be replacing our school bus windows with double pane residential house windows. I think they're definitely cheaper than RV windows, and they are far better as far as insulation quality goes, and just overall build quality. So we're going to be putting our double pane residential windows in. So I went ahead and took out the driver's window because we're going to be putting a different residential window in there. So we took all of the windows out. Then at the bottom, the window sills, at the base of every window there's a window sill. Went ahead and took those out as well. And then I snapped a chalk line front to the back of the bus where I'm going to make my cuts on my hat channels. And then I angle grinded all the paint off. The paint and this galvanizing as well. I ground that off. Got it ready so that once I do get the bus lifted up in the air and put my extension metal in, I'll be able to weld around there quickly. So this is one of the hat channels we're going to jack from. We're going to do a slightly different method than we've seen done before. Just an adaptation of a lot of things. So I'm going to be cutting the middle of the hat channel, and then here I went ahead and this is the back door area. We're going to raise the bus below this back window. This back wall tapers in a good amount, as you can see on our Bluebird. So to get more space out of the bus, rather than raise it all the way up at the top, we're going to raise it down here. And it might not seem like a lot, but we are going to raise our roof 28 inches. So this will be close to the top of the window up there, but that much further out. So I think it'll look better and it'll give us more room. And it's actually easier on this bus to raise it below the window. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And then on the front, we're not going to do a transition roof raise. We are actually going to, there's our old bus in the background there. We lived in that one for about 2.5 years without a roof raise, and it's just too rusty to continue on the road, and it ended up getting some mold in it. So rather than rebuild the whole thing and have a rusted out base and frame and foundation, we decided to build a new one and build it the right way. So on this one, we're going to raise above the front windshield here. We're not going to do a transition, so I've went ahead and cut these already as well. So these two, easier to see over here. These two pipes that come up, I cut them right here, and everything on the front is already free. This metal is free. All these rivets are out. A little bit of this goopy caulk that might be stuck, but as we lift it up, we'll just wash that and maybe just barely put some tension on it and push away at it, and it'll come right up. A lot of it is completely loose, but yep, so that's ready. We're going to raise above the windshield here, and then in the back, we're going to raise below the windows, and we'll just cut all of the hat channels right in one straight line. And what we're going to do for our extensions, because we're going up 28 inches, we were not able to find any 28-inch hat channel extensions. The biggest ones we could find was 20 inches. So we got 1.25 by 1.25 square tubing, and this is 14 gauge steel, which is the same gauge as all of the hat channels. So it's the same thickness as the hat channel metal, and these are 24 feet long. So I will be able to get 4 extensions for my hat channels out of each piece of metal. And I'm actually going to take from the base where the metal is on the hat channel there, all the way up to where the metal goes to the hat channel up top, the total distance of this, which is about 30 inches. And I'm going to add in, I'm going to add in 28 inches. So it's going to be this square tubing from the very top with the extension all the way to the bottom. So with going full length with our extensions, it will be quite strong. So we'll be able to weld in multiple spots. It'll also keep the hat channels straight and both ways, both directions, whether it's from bending this way, like bending out or in, or front to back of the bus with putting the pipe inside of, or the square tube inside of the hat channel. It will be very, very, very straight and very sturdy, and I'll have a lot of area to weld. So yeah, that's all the process that it was to get to this point. And it's ready to be roof raised right now. So I'm about to get these hat channels cut. I'm going to start by cutting the ones. This one here is one of them that we're going to use to jack from. I'm going to get this one cut, and then I'm going to get the support for lifting it put on that we're going to use. And then I'll do that on all 4 of those, and once I get my jacks ready, then I'll go through and cut the rest. And you'll see that in the next video. But that's what it took to get from a school bus to ready to roof raise. It's not a lot of steps, it's just a lot of work because you're doing the same steps for a long time and over. So there you have it.